wonderful Wednesday wherever you are in this world and staying safe. It's a big day for us here in the US. We have a new president, and I'm very happy about that. Um, but today we are getting on Imola, and this is a fairly new track for me. So, my teammate for the More Female Racers Championship and coach, Gregor Schill, who is a pro sim racer and driver for the Coach Dave Academy, is on my headset with me. How's it going, Gregor?
Hello, Verena. I hope you're fine. Everything's great. Yeah, I'm also just setting up my stream. Yeah, looking forward to do this coaching session at Imola in the wet. So,
Ooh,
yeah, it will be really interesting, I guess.
sounds good. Okay, so you're looking for wet conditions for this
Yeah,
coaching session?
yeah, preferably 40% track wetness. Yeah.
Okay, so let me see because I have my server, but I need to make it wet. I was practicing Imola yesterday in the dry,
hmm
so
Yeah. But this time I have 1 hour basically for the practice session. So
okay.
I have a hot lap, in the wet. So I will
Yep.
just, talk you through it, and then you will go on the server, do some laps, and then we will analyze uh, your lap, and then I will tell you what you can improve and what you can
Sound
look out for. So that's basically the plan.
sounds good. Okay, so we're looking at let's see, I'm just looking at my server right now, and let's see, sim racer conditions, weather, any ambient temp?
Yeah, just do 18 ambient and 22 track or
Okay,
24 track.
24 track, cloud level,
Uh,
max
should
is 1.
yeah, just let it like it is already,
Okay,
which
and
is track wetness 0.4 basically.
okay, and then rain level, max is zero 0.4 rain, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Weather randomness, static or 1 to 4 for realistic
yeah,
weather.
just static.
Okay,
So,
sounds good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start this server. Let's see. All right, so it
okay.
should be in there. Let's see. It might take a few minutes. It takes a while for some reason. A couple minutes, I think.
And no worries. I mean, I will share my screen to you anyway, so will be able to talk you through the lab, So
Sounds good.
that's what we're aiming here.
All right, I'm gonna go to multiplayer.
Okay, let me go on stream. Let me quickly share my screen to you that I
Okay.
have this already done.
Oh, sounds good.
Um, okay, you see something?
I do.
Okay,
But
perfect.
it's
So
kind of going through.
yeah, I know. So yeah, perfect. I think my stream should also work. So hello also to everybody on my stream. We'll do a 1 hour coaching session at Imola in the wet. So will be really interesting, I guess, to talk Verena through the lab and tell her what she needs to keep an eye on. And yeah, so I guess that we don't lose any time. We'll
Oop,
start. So
1 second.
let me go down on the in-game volume. So we're approaching the Southern Strait zone.
Oh,
Like you see here in the conditions, if it gets like blurry, just go out of the stream and go in again. So
okay.
that shouldn't be
Sorry.
a problem.
There
Yeah,
we
no
go.
worries.
Cool. There we
Okay,
go,
so
folks.
um, think like I will show like at this conditions, for example, you see like you have a ideal line which is like a little bit dry, but the other part is a little bit wet. So if you drive basically on the line where it's like not that wet, you will basically get a little bit warmer tires because the wet tires are really soft. So it doesn't matter, if it's not like completely wet, they get a lot of heat, and because they're soft, their temperatures, like the optimum working range, is lower than normal dry tires. So they will get like really warm if you drive like on the ideal line. As you see here, it's like still wet, but it's not that wet like off the line. So you will see like on the lap that I'm driving sometimes out of the idle line just to cool the tires, but not to get the better line, but just to cool the tires. Basically, I'm going offline because like just to clear something. I mean, there's like a lot of talking about wet lines and stuff, and yeah, okay, maybe the idle line has a little bit less grip at the start, but honestly, like I wouldn't compromise my line because of that. That so many people, even Aris said it, but like for example, my driving, even like in heavy wet conditions or if it starts to get wet, I never drive like the rain line. I could do, but it's slower. You just compromise too much, even if you get a little bit more grip. So you will basically also see in this lap, you basically use the normal ideal line as in the dry. You just need to be careful, you know, with the curbs on some points that some of them you won't take because they are just too slippery, you know. So I just watch out, and I will tell you basically which curbs you can use. So just for you to see, you know, if I go out here, you see like the a little bit drier line, and then the wet line here on the left and right side. So let's jump into the onboard. So let me quickly. So like for example, already here we're driving on the off the line a little bit just to cool the tires, not because it's faster, just to cool the tires. We brake like at the same reference point approximately. It's here. You see like this little tarmac stripe there, and with the orange marker here on the right side, that's like our braking reference point. So in the wet we just brake, you know, before there. Okay, so then like I said, you take a little bit of curbs, but you need basically to, you know, have like the idea of how curbs affect you in the wet. And most of the time, if it's like mid corner or curbs at the apex or at the exit, they just give you mostly understeer, because like your steering wheel is most of the time straight almost, and you don't have any throttle input like at the apex most of the time here, so the car will be settled and it's not an issue to take the curb. So, but here on the right side, I'm not taking the curb, and the reason for that is this curb would just push me straight, although I need to turn left, and because if I would go on the curb and still turn left, I would basically just get into a slide and lose the car. So like at the entry, we never almost use curbs, because in the wet they just, you know, unsettle the car, because you need to start the turning, you know, and don't end it. So you will see I'm not going on the curb there on the right side because it's very slippery. Second gear, we're cutting a lot of the curb. You don't have to be afraid of curbs here. Also here on the inside. So many people tell you don't take curbs, but you see like if you take the right ones, it's never an issue. Basically, it's a confidence thing.
Interesting.
So we stay pinned here for the first sector. We even cut here a little bit. And as you will see now, I'm going here to the right side, to the left side, to just, you know, cool the tires a little bit down, because it's important. If you have these conditions, it's important to cool them on every straight, because otherwise it's like a bad domino effect, you know. If you don't cool them down on every straight where you can, they just get warmer and warmer and warmer, and just like a negative spiral. So basically we just try to aim, you know, for, you know, to cool them in these conditions. If you have like a really ideal line a little bit in the wet, where it's not that wet and tires get really warm, you try to go off the line on the straights to just cool the tires down. So approaching now the Villeneuve chicane, we're using the 50-meter board there as a reference on the right side. I can show it to you here. That's the one, which we're using for a reference point. And starting to brake at 70 meters approximately. Then third gear at the entry. Again, we're cutting a lot of the inside here, because why not? I mean, it just will give us like, it won't pull us around, because we are like really gentle with the throttle, even no input there at start. So we just basically hover over the curb, and it just, you know, we just like washing, we're just like hovering over the curb. It's not like we spin, you know. You see like it's really stable actually. So then after the curb, second gear downshift. What happened there? Okay, let's watch a little bit faster. So here you see third gear at the entry, take a lot of curb. Then here we brake in a straight line again.
Okay.
One gear down, and again, you know, mid corner curb, we can take that, no problem. A little bit more difficult is to take the exit curbs, because you need to be really smooth with with your you know, steering, but that's also fine, you know. So here we use the 50-meter board here on the right as a reference. We just brake after it in my field of view when we pass it, I think. And so you see, like, it disappears and we're starting braking. Trying to get here a little bit, like, maybe you can be a little bit more, you know, to the inside of the curve, I think. But generally you aim for a low, rather late apex, just to, you know, have a good exit on the straight. Here, for example, we don't take the curb because it would work against the normal, you know, intuitive steering. So because we need to go to the straight or right, basically, if we would go on the curb, we would have to turn left and then catch the car maybe again, because we just would a little bit understeer on the curb there. So that's why we didn't take the curb. Again, here you see, like, I'm driving a little bit off the line just to, you know, cool the tires. Any questions up until now, Verena?
Well, for the last corner exiting out of it, you didn't take the curb, and is that the normal line?
On the inside here, you mean? Or why do you mean?
On exiting this left turn, you
This
didn't.
one?
Nope. Keep going. So I know you went on the curb here tracking out, but coming out of this left-hander, you didn't get on the curb, and that's because the direction of, or where the next corner is going, right? So that's not just a wet line thing.
No, that's not just a wet line thing.
Okay.
Like, you saw, I mean, it's like, also, why should it benefit me here to go on the curb? I would just travel a longer distance, you know, and I would I would need, like, more time to have, like, a straight steering. So in this case, I wouldn't go on the curb there.
Okay.
Because it's, like, also a real acceleration zone. So in this corner, I wouldn't go on the curb. Like, you need to build up, like, some kind of intuition where you can take the curb or not, because, like, there previously we take the curb here. Because this allows us to carry more speed, you know, through this corner, because otherwise we would have to slow down more or go later on the throttle. And this way, you know, we can benefit from keeping a higher corner speed and going early on the throttle.
Okay.
Whereas, like, here, it's a hairpin and a really tight corner, so you don't need to go that wide here, especially in the wet. Like, in the dry, okay, because the curb has, like, more grip and you get the power down, but in the wet, like, you normally can't get the power down so great. So in first gear corners on the exit, I wouldn't go on the curb normally,
Okay.
like in the hairpin, for example. Then here for the quick left-hander, again, reference point 50 meters here on the right side. When it disappears out of our vision, it's approximately when I brake then. So it's a timing thing. Play.
1 second.
So, for example, here, we know mid-corner curb, we can take it, but we need to ask ourselves, which benefit would it have? Okay, we would travel a shorter distance maybe, but because the corner closes, like on the exit, if we take the curb now at the apex, it just washes out wide. So we will be forced, if we take a lot of this curb, to you know, lift the throttle on the exit, because we just understeer if we take the curb in this, you know, occasion.
Okay.
So we try to get as close to the curb, but don't take it, because otherwise will be pushed a little bit away and need to, you know, compromise with the throttle lift, and then yeah, wait till we get the car rotated and then go on the throttle again. So in this scenario, we wouldn't take the curb at the apex.
Okay.
And also here, like, because the corner is basically still ongoing, it doesn't end up quite, you know, we just don't go now straight, we still need to turn left. So we also don't try to take a lot of the curb here. I mean, we're getting a little bit, as you see there on this, you know, light curb there, without, you know, the pyramids, or what it is on the right side. But this is, like, on the edge. If I would go more, I would just go straight because of the, you know, water there, and I would just understeer. So that's, like, really on the limit. And here,
Okay.
staying tight, staying in fourth gear here. And another important point is, in the wet, you try to, if you need to decide if you shift up or not, you stay rather in the higher gear, because it gives you more traction, more stability overall. So, and also here, like, we're taking again the curb, because here You know, the corner is almost finished. It just closes a little bit, but it's still fine. We just can get through because we can take this curb here. We just are basically able to, you know, carry more speed through the corner, and this makes us faster. But here, for example, we don't go on the exit curb. Why? Because the next corner is a right-hander, a really tight one. So if we would go here on the curb, it just would wash out, you know, us into the grandstands, and we won't be able to get enough quick response of the car to turn right. So
Okay.
here we don't hit the curb on the exit.
And that is also true in the dry as well, or only in the wet?
I mean, like in the dry, you could take you can, you know, take the start of the curb, but from my experience, the extra curb here with this different mesh, you know, this one here, not the where the Italian flag is, but this one here.
Oh,
You
the
see?
bumps, yeah.
Yeah, this, if you get this like between your wheels, it just pulls you more straight here. So I wouldn't like go really wide here. Like maybe it's also a setup thing, but you know, just what happened here now?
Okay.
How can I get this away?
Press your scroll button, I believe.
Yeah, and then
I learned
nope.
that yesterday from somebody.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't matter now. So we're still, and then here you can take a little bit of the curb. But I won't take that much because it would also push a little bit wide because you need to still be more to the right. And here, for example, here, you know, the exit is quite straight, and you can take here the curb, you know, because you will just be able to, you know, get on the power earlier, and you won't have any sacrifice to do because you will have a straight steering wheel anyway, as you see here. So just taking the curb to get a time advantage.
And what is
On here,
okay.
for example, we brake just before curb here starts. So basically just before there, oh, that's my reference point, basically where I brake. And you see, like, also here again, we have like this curb here on the left, which we normally would take in the dry to get a better entry, but in the wet we stay away from it because it will just pull us or push us straight, and we just can't get the car, you know, turned in at the time we want it to, you know, aim or to, you know, to rotate. So that's why we don't go on the curb here in the wet, because it just will unsettle the car.
Okay.
But now in the chicanes, we are still able to take a lot of the curbs because our speed is quite low, so the effect of the understeer and it will not be that dramatic.
Okay.
And also here on the exit, we can take a little bit off the curb because we have a long time where we can have a straight steering wheel, and if we need to turn, we have enough time to do it smoothly, so we don't need to do an aggressive turn in, you know.
Okay.
So then that's out of the chicane. Now the last two corners, we are braking just after we pass the 100 meter board here. In a straight line. No curb here on the entry on the right side because, as I said earlier, the entry curb just will cause an unbalance in the car or imbalance in the car because you need to turn, and the car still, you know, you start the turning process and not end it. So you will get rotation to the car, and then the right tires will just wash straight, and you know, just the car will be unsettled, and you could spin the car easily. But like as before, I said mid corner curb in this scenario we can take it easily. And again, on the exit here, we're going a little bit on the curb, but not aggressive. If we go with all four wheels, you know, we just get this oversteer moment if we brake on the curb and turn in at the same time. Also here a little bit off the curb. You see low gears here just to keep the traction.
Okay.
And that's basically a lap, you know, in basically a lap in the wet at Imola.
Okay. Now you mentioned all your normal braking points. Are these also the braking points in the wet, or it just depends?
It depends actually. I think, I mean, there are like I use the same reference points in the dry,
Mhm.
but in the wet you just brake maybe like on some corners later because you have a less speed and the braking performance is roughly the same, but it depends actually on the corners. But the reference points are for me the same as in the dry.
Okay.
It's just I adjust the differences which I need to do. If it's like 1 meter or I don't know half a meter, I just adjust it by my feeling basically.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. And then, so I was wondering, what what setup do you use? Because I have the Coach Dave Academy setups as well. So
Yeah, I'm using the Coach F Academy setups every time.
okay. Oops, sorry. We'll get this.
Oh, I actually forgot to start my stream, so
Oh
never
no.
mind.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's not a big problem. So yeah, basically that's like the lap guide in the wet through Imola. So I would just say, we join on your server. You will do 10 laps of not 10 laps, but 3-4 laps to warm up, and then we should be able,
Oh, weird. Okay.
to analyze your replay.
Sounds good. I don't know why. I actually changed this. Oh, here we go. To start the server. There we go. Started it again. Let's see if I can go back and take a little bit. So then my question, I know we're still on the topic of Imola, but like thinking about um, Silverstone and the Coach Dave setups them, and you tweaked it a little bit, but I was thinking like, wow, was that just um, a more aggressive setup that was more than my skill level, as far as driving? Was it too aggressive for my skill level? Is that why I had
What do you
such
mean?
um
At
at
Silverstone, or?
Silverstone? Yeah, and I was trying to figure that out because when I actually did my qualifying lap at Silverstone, I didn't know that I was in safe preset yet. I had my personal
Mhm.
best. Um, um,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, I know at your level you're super smoking fast and you can use those setups. Maybe it's like driving on a knife's edge or something, but at my level where I just kind of started learning and I'm still a rookie, was that too aggressive for me, you think? And
Normally, I think it's more like a mentally thing. Like normally our servers aren't
mhm,
that aggressive. Than the aggressive presets. They are like actually like more balanced and just like overall a better baseline from where you can start. So
okay.
like the setups aren't like most of the time like the issue. The problem I think what was is basically when you have like when you spin like the first time,
Mhm.
it stays basically in your head for the race, so
That's
you
true.
just you will be more careful and then you will start driving differently and then it's just like a negative spiral, so
Yeah.
it's just like, and Silverstone is like a really tough track, especially like with the new physics. The cars are more stable till the limit, but if you're over the limit you basically spin, and like most of the
Oh.
times where you basically spun in the race,
Mhm.
it was like set up independent, I would say, because
Mhm.
like even with the safe setup you would spin, as it's like just you were way too aggressive with the steering at such high speeds.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, let's see if my server will come up again. Star Girl Racing. There we
Okay,
go.
okay, perfect. Now my stream is live, so just everybody who's watching, if you want to watch the lab guide, just go on Verena's Twitch channel and she will have the lab guide at Imola in the wet. So just if you miss it out, just go to Verena's Twitch channel or YouTube channel and you will find there the lab guide. So what we're doing basically now is we are joining on Verena's server to analyze, to let Verena do like 3-4 laps to get adjusted, comfortable, and then I will analyze the replay and see where we can improve. Stargo Racing.
Yeah. So in this
Uh,
case, Which...
Can you write me the password quickly?
Oh, yes, sorry. Hey, folks, everyone on Gregor's stream. Let's see.
Yeah.
I will type it into Discord. There we go. So it says wet on track. Which setup do I use? There's 3 Coach Dave Academy wet setups.
Medium, high downforce, HD met wet. Basically, that's high downforce, medium wet. The low downforce, medium wet is like for Monza, basically.
Oh, just for Monza.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us today. Sorry I hadn't had a chance to say hi to everyone joining us. I've just been focused on what Gregor is teaching me today, and all about racing in the rain at Imola.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So.
Okay, we're good to go. Do I have to do any tire pressure adjustments or just go for it?
No, just go for it. Should be fine with tire pressures actually. So.
Okay. So this is actually the first time I'm racing in the rain at Imola. Yesterday I did a lot of dry practice, but rain is a whole different ball game.
Yeah. Okay, let's switch into your car.
Okay. Looking at there, I'm just going to carefully...
Yeah, no worries, Verena. Take your time.
And going over these curbs, even in the dry, they really kind of scare me because they offset the balance of the car so much, or it feels like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you have to do it because it's really fun. You know, you just lose way too much time if you don't take them.
Oops. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Like in the wet, you really can practice like being smooth, because if you're way too aggressive or not that, you know, good with your pedal work, you will spin the car really easy.
That's right.
Especially with the brakes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm in 3rd gear here, coming around the corner. I was taking these corners, very differently yesterday, so I'm just trying to reprogram my brain. So you're in 4th here, you downshift to 3rd, you're coming out here, you're downshifting to 2nd, right, and coming up here.
I think I was actually in 1st gear, if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. And taking this chicane, I'm not quite sure about the line still. I know you can go over the curbs, but for the most part, when I try to go over the curbs, I invalidate the lap based on track limits.
Yeah, so basically you need to get a feeling for it where you can cut or not, but the rule of thumb is to cut the first curb much more than the second one.
Okay.
Because if you cut the second one way too much, what happens is basically you unsettle the car in that way that you need to counter steer, and in the result you basically need to, you know, press basically pause on your acceleration to you know, get the car corrected with the steering wheel, and then you are again good to go. So, you know, just cut the first curb much more than the second one.
Okay.
And you basically aim with your outside tires to be on the Italian flat curb, basically.
Okay. And I'm just being super careful, and I know I probably shouldn't be, but I don't need to be. I just feel like maybe right now my car might be all over the place.
Yeah. And in the wet, you have to see the throttle as your friend, because you're running high RTC. If you slam the throttle, you just basically activate the traction control, and it will, you know, stabilize the car. So you have to be not that cautious in the wet, you know, as everybody thinks, at least with the setup.
Interesting.
I mean, if it gets more wet, you maybe need to be a little bit cautious on the throttle, just to don't hit the TC too much. But in these conditions, it's fine.
Okay. So downshift.
Remember with the curbs, see? You went on it,
yes,
and then
that's right.
So try to don't go on entry curbs, basically.
Got it.
Or curbs which you would take normally on the entry, don't take them in the wet. That's like basically the rule of thumb I give to people during coaching sessions.
Okay. And this one, oops,
I
completely missed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
trying to focus because, well, I should be, but also it requires more focus in the rain.
Yep.
I feel like. Okay. Okay, going over this. Going over this.
And that's flat, don't lift here.
No, okay.
Don't lift. If you lift, you will introduce more oversteer into the car because you shift the balance forward.
Okay. Oops. So you couldn't here. Oops, it's a little too wide. So fourth, brake
Yeah,
a
and
little
don't touch
bit.
the curb there, where you went on the left.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Yeah, really don't try to go for lap time, just try to get like in your head which curbs you have to use and not.
Okay.
So remember, entry curb on the left, don't take it here.
Okay. And the line
Here you
here should be like that? Like
You
what?
can cut even more.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically your left tire or your outer tires should be on the Italian flag on the curb, which is like painted in the Italian flag, so that's where your outer tires should be. If you go to more than that, you will basically get this unsettlement in the car, so...
Okay. Going this way.
So yeah, just like really say to yourself at every corner that you don't take the entry curb, like here for example, on the right, don't take it.
Okay. And then we take all the curbs still on this side, and then all the curb this side, and then we should be able to go flat out here.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I should have just been on the white line on that one.
Yeah. Really think about the curbs now, don't about going fast, you know?
Yeah. So basically the only curbs that I should be taking are the first two that we could just take all of the curb over the sausages.
Yeah, and then also on the next chicane, basically.
So turning here.
Second gear.
Oh, second gear. Okay.
No curb there. See,
no
you went
curb.
to...
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'll be in fourth gear. I'll brake right here. And then just go over that. Maybe I can take more.
Yeah, but your apex was too late. You need to take like an earlier apex there.
Okay.
You were too late to on the inside where you should be. If you just shift a little bit more, you know, backwards, then it should be fine.
Braking, second gear, taking all the curb, going in here, taking all the curb.
Exactly. Yeah, just try to take the curb in a more straight line, you know, because you take a lot of the curb at the start of the curb, you know. Just try to take it more in a straight line. For example, here you can also take the curbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant with the chicane, you know, next chicane.
Okay.
You know, just don't stress yourself too much. Just, you know, first of all, try to focus to not take the entry curbs, because the other curbs will, if you know, the curbs which I want you to take will make you faster.
Okay.
But the entry curbs will make you spin. So it's important to first of all get into your muscle memory to not take the curbs which make you spin, which are like 99% the entry curbs. and after that you can focus on, you know, getting faster by taking the curbs which I want you to take.
Okay, so brake here, don't go on any curbs. I'm downshifting maybe to first going up this hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Like that, a little more.
A little bit too fast on the entry. You
Oh,
need to slow the
okay.
car a little bit more down, and
Got
then
it.
be earlier on the throttle again.
Okay. Curbs. On the exit here, do I just want to be on the white line basically, or just...
You can take a little bit off the curb, but as I said, not over the Italian flag curb, basically.
Okay. Okay, looking for that road. Hard braking. Going over here.
See?
Oh.
You see the car bounces off
Yes.
a lot. So you turn in too early. You need
Turn into early,
you need to
square
turn
it
a little
off.
bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. You need to turn a little bit later, and then still take the curb, basically.
Okay.
That's why you spun.
Got it. And that's important too, like have somebody like you to break it down for me. I'm like, okay, got it.
And the nice thing about the streams is you just can watch it, and you know, after the stream is even finished, you know, just if you have like questions, you just go back to the point in the live stream and just, you know, watch it again.
Absolutely. Well, this will definitely be an interesting race.
Yeah, I think the time gap will be bigger than before.
Yeah. So go like this. Try not to get that curb. Okay, downshift. Don't get the curb. Downshifting here to first gear, coming up, and oops, like that. So that's the line I have to practice, basically, right? I mean, it wasn't perfect, but
Better than before.
yeah. Is it still too fast?
Yep.
Okay.
You have basically like a straight line over the curbs. You know, you point the car basically at the entry to the straight line which you take over the curbs.
Okay.
Because you want to have as less steering input over the curbs as possible.
Okay.
And just remember now for turn 1 and turn 2, turn in a little bit later, but still take the curbs.
Got it. So braking. Like that. Oh. All right,
No,
that's
a little
the
bit
line.
late.
A little too late
Just-
because I don't want the
yeah.
grass.
Yeah, exactly. So just between what you did previously and that, it's basically the sweet spot.
Okay. So
And also
this
here,
one-
try to turn in way earlier because you can also go there over
I
the
can-
inside curb, you know.
Okay, so both of those curbs I can take all of it as well, just like the other two.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one, not that much, but you still need to take it.
Okay.
Because I think now you like basically know that, or have it like in your muscle memory that you don't take the entry curbs, so now we can focus to take the other ones, which we need to take, you know.
Okay.
Remember second gear in this corner.
Oh, that's right. Then downshifting here, downshifting, downshifting, going back up. Okay. Okay, slowing it down like that. Oh. I think the hard thing is, even though I can see like I can see the curves and everything, I just don't know. Maybe it's my spatial awareness with the car, or also like just not knowing how fast is too fast and the exact speed to take it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's what I tell you every time, you know, about the
Yeah.
feel of speed which you build up with experience. So
Mhm.
that's nothing you will learn like from one day to another. That takes time to get this sense of speed.
Mhm. That's true. Okay, braking. That's better, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh no.
Then remember now to take the inside curb here.
Okay. Is it second there, and then this one too? Oh, speed and timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Go down here. Oops. To be more progressive on the throttle. Oops.
See, entry cap
Yeah.
touches and the car starts to go.
That's right. Okay, let's do this again. So, it's more
And
of that.
straight wheel here. See,
Oh,
you have
right.
to open the steering earlier over the
Okay.
first curb. Like the first curb looks good, but then you keep
Mhm.
the steering locked too long. You
Oh,
need to
okay.
open the steering earlier.
That makes sense. Okay. Let's see.
That was much better. And
Yeah.
slip hint.
I feel
But
like I could have.
not
Uh-huh.
don't lift there.
I
Don't
know.
lift there.
Yeah, I was saying, trust the downforce.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this. Okay, down. Okay. Coming down here. Ah, I got the curb. There we go.
First gear.
Oh yeah, first gear. Thanks. Okay. Boom. And then, I don't really know.
So what you did now is basically turned in a little bit later at the entry,
Okay.
but then opened up the steering at the right time. So you basically need to try to turn in a little bit earlier again,
Okay.
and then have a straight steering wheel that you don't need to apply any steering lock for the second part of the chicane.
Okay. I'm glad I can watch this again later because there's
Yeah.
so many things going through my brain right now.
Yeah. Basically use the first part, the right curb, you know, to position the car for the second part, you know. So the way you position the car at the first part of the curb, or at the right curb, that this way it determines how you take the other one.
Okay. Oops.
Yes.
Let's see. Was that just too much curb? I was trying to go later, but
Yeah, that was just too early turn-in point,
oh,
basically.
still too early. Okay.
Meaning, if you brake, you need to straight along a straight and then turn in, you know. So you have like, you take the curb like more from the side and more than from like, you know, just drive straight over it, basically.
Hmm. Oh, got the curve. I got the paint. All right. Should I go back to the
Yeah,
pit?
just go back to the pits
Okay.
and take a new tire set, new car, and
A new car. And
I'll
tire
just,
set.
do a short, basic summary. So you see, like, what you need basically to practice is, you see, don't take the entry curbs and not as much on the exit curbs where you don't think you can take them,
Mhm.
because like you said, yeah, like you see, entry curbs are basically just unsettling your car because you brake and steer at the same time most of the time when you take them in the dry. And if you
Okay.
just, take it one by one into the wet track, you basically spin. And you also see now you can take still curbs, especially curbs, which are at the apex, because they are harmless. They just, basically just understeer most of the time over them, and they don't cause a spin.
Okay.
So that's important that you work on that to get this confidence and to take them or approach the curb in the right way, because the way you spun like 1 or 2 times in turn 1,
Mhm.
and that's not because it's wet, it will be also in the dry,
Hmm.
because you approach the curb in a way too shallow line. You need to go more from the outside and then turn in later,
Got it.
to drive in a straight line over the curb basically, and not like you're cutting it like way too much, way too early. So you can still cut the curbs, but you need to approach it with a later apex than you do in this current state. Just for you, that you basically know where you can drive over the curbs, I would say
Mhm.
just go out now and drive really slow, like first gear, over the track, and I will
Okay.
tell you exactly on which curbs you have to focus on taking.
Got it.
Like, and you don't take the entry curbs.
Yes.
So I will tell you now, not the curbs which I take,
Mhm.
because maybe some exit curbs will be tricky for you, and this will get you like the last temps.
Yes.
But I will tell you like the curbs which you should definitely take, because it's not a risk. So just stay in fourth gear maximum, first gear, sorry.
Okay. Sounds
We
good.
approach turn 1 now.
Okay.
As
And
you
we're
see, you will need to stay like really right side
right
a long
here.
time, and then turn in,
Then turn in right now,
and then
like that.
stop. Yeah, exactly. That's how you take the curb. And then
Okay.
yeah, that was good. And then on the right side also a little bit, you can touch the yellow curb there with your right tires, but not go completely over it. And also here you can
Oh,
go
okay.
over the curb here on the inside
Oh, this is
and cut
scary.
it.
Because that's
Yeah,
fast.
I
That's a
know.
flat curve, right? You're
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
gas.
Yeah. So like I said, entry curb here we don't touch it.
Okay.
So here on the left side you also go over the curb.
Okay. Sounds
Turn
good.
in,
So
turn in,
wait.
turn.
Oh.
Wait too late.
Oh,
This
way
you
too
can
late.
take earlier.
Okay,
This you
got it.
can take earlier. And
And
also
this
here you
one
can take a little bit of the curb. Yeah.
earlier. Okay.
Okay. Just for you, I wouldn't advise you to take the curb. I think it's important that you get like a feeling for the wet, and just take the curbs which you have like mid corner basically,
Okay.
or like
And
really obvious like or easy ones which you can take at the exit. So here you don't take the inside curb because it will pull you around. You don't take the exit curb here.
okay.
And we have a little straight here.
I like this exercise because it slows everything down and you can actually process all the information as well.
Yeah. Okay. Here, the inside curb, we don't take it because it would push us more to the outside of the track.
Okay.
And here on the exit, as I said, you don't take it
Don't
at
take it.
stars. If
Yes.
you will get more comfortable with the wet, you can try it, but not now.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, you
Just
stay
keep going.
here. Don't take the curb on the left side because it's an entry curb.
Okay.
Now go over the inside curb.
Oh,
Inside,
over
inside,
this
inside.
in kite
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, see? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And then you won't be pushed so wide here. So also no curb there here on the inside. And
And
then
what about this
also
curve?
here you can take it a little bit, but not over the yellow there on the inside. But
Oh, okay.
open up the steering, open up,
Like
and go
this?
straight, exactly, go
Okay.
straight like that. And
So,
you as you drive over the curb, you have a straight steering. You don't steer anything.
okay. So what are the track limits there going through Aqua Minerale? You
You
know.
have you have yeah, you have like a white line there on the curb on the left side. You will see it in the next lap. If
Okay.
you go over it, you can drive on it with your left tires, but if you go over it, you have a cut.
Oh, got it. Okay. So,
Yes, so really slowly now. Really slow. We don't take the curb on the left side here.
okay.
Drive.
Drive, drive, drive.
Slow down. really slow. Turn in. That's a
Turn
little bit
in.
too late, but
Okay.
just now straight steering wheel. And
Oh, got
now
it. So just
drive. No
straight
input.
over all of this and then
Yeah,
turn.
just turn. Yeah, just turn in later, earlier
Okay.
at the start. You know, you were a little bit
Yeah.
too late on the turn in there. But just to give you like the feeling that you turn for the first curb, but then you have a straight steering wheel over the second curb, and then you start turning.
Got it. And it's nice, like I said, to go so slowly so I can actually see like exactly where my tires are or what I've been doing in the past to make that an invalid lap or where the car was positioned.
Exactly. So no
Okay.
curb here on the right side because it will bounce you off.
Cool.
On the bounce you off, but you will spin, and then on the inside here over the curb. It was way too late. But yeah, you can
Oh,
turn in there way earlier. No worries.
earlier. Okay.
That's fine.
But no
And then
curb,
also
right? On
you
that
can
one.
take the curb there
I
on the
can.
inside, but
Okay.
not there on the inside.
What about
So
here?
here also you can take the curb, but not the yellow one, not the yellow sausages there.
Got it. Okay.
At least in this car, yeah. So yeah, and then again, so we will repeat now
Yes.
what the same lap, first gear, but now you tell me which curbs you will take, okay?
Okay.
Now
Got it.
you will be the teacher and tell me, okay? So let's
Oh
go.
boy, no pressure. Yeah, no. But this is really good because if I do remember it incorrectly, then you can remind me.
Exactly.
All right, coming down the front straight. I'm already looking for my braking point, which will be just past that green light. I'm looking for this little road. I'm gonna brake right there. Not get on the curbs on the right side. Wait a bit. I'm gonna turn right here, take all the curbs, and
Yep.
then go ahead and turn, take all the curbs on the right. Right here. This is gonna be flat, and I'm gonna
Yep.
take the curbs like that.
Yep.
The curbs on the right, the track out curbs, do I just avoid those?
For starters, I would avoid them, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna keep going here. My braking reference is the 50 board. I'm gonna avoid the curbs on my right, but I'm gonna take the curbs on my left. I'm gonna turn a bit earlier for here. Uh-oh, was I supposed to take that
Yep.
curb
Yep.
that much?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay,
It was fine.
all right. I'm gonna avoid the track out curbs on the left. Braking point 50. I'm just gonna avoid all of this. Avoid the curbs on the right as well. Have a little straight, kind of. Just full throttling through here, up the hill. I'm looking for my 50 board braking reference. Gonna brake here. I'm gonna downshift to second, avoid the curbs all the way around.
Yep.
Going all the way down here, gonna be on the gas. I'm gonna be in fourth gear. Braking reference is 50. I can brake a little here, down to third, and take this curb, right? Like that?
Yep. Yep.
And then downshift to second first, and
Yes, yeah.
do I take that much curb or a little less curb on the right?
Yeah, well, I think it was on the edge, but not more than that. So,
Okay,
yeah.
sounds
And you
good.
see, stop.
Uh-huh.
Stop. You see the white line there on the left. There's like this big yellow sausages, and then
Yes.
the white line, and then the curb starts
Oh, yes.
from the left. If we go from the left, so you have like the white line, which is like where the track ends, then the Italian flag curb, and then this weird 3D mesh curb, and then a white line, right, going from the bottom to the top.
Okay, so basically we are talking about...
Just go more to the left to the curb, you will see what I mean. The white line right to the side to the yellow sausages.
Oh, wait, hold on.
See what I mean?
Yes. Is it the drain?
Yeah. Sorry?
Are you talking about the drain?
No. Go on the curb on the left side.
On the left
Drive on.
side. Oh,
Drive on
drive.
it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Drive. Ah.
No worries.
All right. So, do I have
Go
to
on
do
the left.
F7?
On the left.
Sorry. Ah, how do I
No worries.
escape this?
What is wrong?
I did like
Press
cancel.
F1. F1.
F1.
Oh, what do you mean?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So drive.
On the left side. Go straight on the left curb. Left.
Left.
Not right. Left.
Sorry.
Left, 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 left,
I
left,
think
left,
I'm
left,
just
left,
in
left.
a weird view, that's why.
Okay, then just press F1 till you are in your view,
Oh, there we
and
go.
just drive a little bit backwards. First gear.
Oh.
Okay, so stop now. You
Okay.
see the white line there on the left, next to the green curb.
Oh, that one. Okay, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the track limit basically in this corner.
Okay.
So just reverse now a little bit back till the mid corner, till the apex. Yeah. Reverse, 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 reverse.
Whoops.
Yeah, for
Okay.
first gear, first gear, first gear.
All
And
right.
now go. And what did I tell you? What do you need to do here?
So I can take a little bit of the curb and
Yeah, and then
possibly and open up my steering as I go up the
exactly. Yeah,
hill. But
yeah, that's what I wanted to hear exactly.
yes.
And you see like the white line here following your. That's where the track limit is on the left side of the curb. You see?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. So I'm full throttling and looking for the start of the curb on the left, but we are not going on that curb, so we're just going to avoid the curb on the left. That's when I'm
Yeah.
going to start braking, and
Turn in
then
now.
turn in now, and
Yeah.
then
No. And then exactly.
and then right. This is about the right amount of curb I should be taking.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, and then
Go
exactly
straight,
left.
and then right now I'll turn back. Is that right?
Yeah, you will just basically open up the steering a little bit early that you don't need to do so much steering after the second curb, you know?
Okay, got it.
You just want to straight line the car over the curbs, basically, you know?
Hmm. And does that make me go over this curb on the right if I just, or can I avoid it completely by doing that? I guess everything happens so fast and I just have to try it at the speed.
Yeah, exactly, but it could be possible that you go there on the curb, but it shouldn't punish you, so.
Okay, sounds good. Full throttle. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Alright, overboost. We're looking for the 100 board and brake basically right after the 100 board, avoiding the curb on the right, right?
Yeah.
Brake in a straight line. Okay, so this curb, when I'm
On the inside,
turning.
yeah.
Now, did you say I should take a little or
Yeah, you can
avoid it?
cut over it. You can cut
Okay,
over it.
like the
Yeah.
Italian flag, but not on
You,
the
you,
green.
even more if you want. It's possible.
Should I take the green part that's left of the
Yeah.
red? Okay, so
Yeah,
all of
exactly.
it,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then avoid the curbing on the right. Brake a little, turn. How much of this curb do I want to take? All of it?
Not everything, but not where the sausages are. So no, only the Italian flag, basically.
Okay, take the Italian flag. All right, and avoid the curbs on the right.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. And that's that's the you got this. So yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so perfect. I think
Awesome.
that was it for today's coaching session. I hope it was like
Yeah.
fine for you to have like some tips, how you need to drive basically around here.
Absolutely.
If you have, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And then I guess you will practice for the race.
Absolutely. And I'm actually, and I don't freak out. So on Saturday, I'm going to do split 6 of the Super Saturday 2.4 hours at Imola. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's split 6. So as far as my times go, it's within that range they have on SimGrid. So wish me luck on that. And it's a 10
Yeah, you
time
got this.
10-time multiplier. So that's
24-hour race basically.
yeah, basically. And that's going to be a good
Yeah.
experience. And then back to practicing in the rain as well. So
Yeah,
I think that should help me just getting used to the track as well, even though it will be in the dry. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, you got this, Verena. So yeah, thanks again. It was a good coaching session, and also to my stream. See you in the next stream. So bye.
Thanks everybody on Gregor's stream. I'm gonna thanks Gregor. I appreciate your time, and I will practice.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, see you. Bye.
Okay, see ya. Bye. All All right, everybody. So Gregor is a very, very busy man. He is in college, studying physics, as well as a professional sim racer, driving for the Coach Dave Academy. So he only had 1 hour to go ahead and basically break down Imola in the wet for me, and that was very, very helpful. Even if I didn't have a lot of driving time because I can practice on my own, just knowing all the little details of the track really, really helps me. All right, folks, so I'm going to get to chat here. 1 second, let me see. I was going to do a replay, but it probably is not that exciting. Hold on. I'm going to start from here while I look at the chat. Let's see. AJ McDaddy, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. Samniza, how's it going? Richard Reed, I hope you've been taking notes. I know you love the coaching style of Gregor, and I do as well. Being able to break down all the little details so I could just kind of process all the bits of information, all the questions that I have. Let's see. Yes, AJ McDaddy, I did see that there's this new CSM season starting soon, so I'll have to take a look at that as well. Matthew, how's it going? Like I said, Richard, I appreciate that. I said, Richard, a lot of my viewers are on Twitch versus YouTube, but I love that you folks are on YouTube as well because I really want to grow my channel. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, so if you like what you're watching, and I mainly just do racing videos for now, and my older videos were my real life racing videos, so you can take a look at that in my library as well, but almost there, folks. Yeah, Silverstone I think would have definitely been a better option for a wet race for the More Female Racers Championship. I mean, that's what we were all expecting, and then we were kind of told that week of the race that it was going to be dry. Thanks for following Quizby Blackguard. How are you, Sir Freaky? How are you? That's right. I mean, I think we could all use some help on not only this track, but this track in the wet, which is a completely different ball game. That's right, Somnesia. And it really surprised me when Gregor did say that I could take, or we could take, in the Ferrari, anyone driving the Ferrari, we could take those, we could really cut that first corner in the chicane, including the yellow sausages. So I'm glad he really clarified as far as why I was bouncing all around. I was just taking that corner too early. I just really have to square it off, and then it would definitely make it easier to take. J-Man, you know what? I haven't even been paying attention as far as the rain. When it rains on track, all I can think of is keeping the car on track. So to me, it doesn't really matter, or maybe it does later on as I as I drive in the rain more often. But yeah, just focusing on keeping the car on track, to be honest. Thanks for following, Renato. I appreciate that. Woohoo! Thanks for following, Humbug. Folks, I'm going to keep it short today. I know I said I was going to do maybe an hour and a half, or hour and 15 minutes, but I have to get practicing for the race on Saturday. Like I said, we're going to do a long stream on Saturday for the SimGrid Super Saturday race, 2.4 hours at Imola, and a couple of people that I know, actually a handful of people that I know are racing that as well. So let's see. Freaky Sir Freaky, I believe, is racing it. Somnesia here in the chat, racing it. AMR Dan is racing it. And I'm in split 6. That's pretty much where I belong. And we'll see how that goes. So, folks, I will see you. I think I'm going to start my stream at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. CET. I don't know what time zone you folks are on, but that's when I'm gonna be starting my stream. If it changes, it might be like 11:30, but I will schedule it on YouTube. I will schedule it also in my schedule on Twitch. So keep an eye out. Folks, have a wonderful, wonderful night, and thank you so much for joining me. We have a new president today. I am so excited. I am definitely going to continue watching the inauguration celebration, and there's hope for all of us here in the US. Bye, folks. Thanks a lot.